Howdy everybody! This week's video is going to come to you from on board the USS Enterprise. Alright, so this is going to be for the new year, week number 1, January 4th, up till January 10th. 2015 was a great year, and hopefully 2016 will also be another good year. So, take a look back a couple things in 2015. A couple really good things happened. And the first was the whole transition from Roll20 to Fantasy Grounds. I had a pretty bad experience with Fantasy Grounds a couple years ago. I really didn't give it a chance. I really didn't have the time to give it a chance because the channel had been growing and whatnot. But a couple of my viewers during the year that kept hounding me to check out Fantasy Grounds, and I eventually did, and I was so happy that I did. And literally moved all of my games over and have not really looked back. So another great thing is we raised over $3,000, I believe $3,210 we raised for the Extra Life organization. And the hospital that I have chosen to benefit from this $3,000 is the Arnold Palmer's Children's Hospital of Florida. And it's a really good organization. They help a lot of kids out, help a lot of families out, and I'm glad that as a community we were able to raise $3,200 more than that. And we were actually, out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of communities on the Dungeons and Dragons team, our community was the 6th highest for money generated, and that is awesome. And I thank you guys so much, and we'll be doing that again at the end of the year, probably around October. Also, we had one of my players passed away, unfortunately, about 2 months ago, and we did a fundraiser for him, and we raised a little over $400 to give his family. So that was a great thing. That was another great cause, and I'm happy that we had actually done that as a community. Now, also, there's going to be some great changes going on here in 2016, and some of the changes are we're going to be experimenting and playing other games. And we're going to be taking a look back, we're going to be bringing back 13th Age. That has been requested by a lot of the viewers. We're also going to be playing Numenera at some point during the year. We will also be playing the Zombie Apocalypse, the Savage Worlds War of the Dead series. We'll be starting Chapter 2 of that. That has also been a heavy request of the viewers on YouTube and the Twitch channel. We'll be finishing up a couple games that are in hiatus. We'll be finishing up the Princes of Apocalypse game, which actually starts back up this Sunday. Then in the future we'll be starting up and finishing, we'll be finishing up the Titan's Grave game and the Out of the Abyss campaign. So 2016, lots of games that are going to be going on, and I can't wait to play them. Now, as for the schedule is not going to change at all, and the schedule is going to stay Monday to Thursday. It's going to be like a flex day. They're going to be flex days for me. Probably be playing video games, Football Manager, Diablo 3, Path of Exile. Probably be goofing around on Fantasy Grounds, creating modules, plugins, prepping for games. And Friday is going to be a flex night. I'm going to have several different things going on Friday night. So first off, as you know, last year we started a celebrity game with names of the tabletop game industry. So we'll be playing that game probably once a month. There's a possibility where we may be able to get together twice a month, but that's really probably won't happen so much because everybody has, not only do they have their businesses they're running, they also have families too. So the celebrity game, that has Chris Pramus, Wolfgang Bauer, Jonathan Nelson, Jen Page, and Rachel Ventura. Also, on Fridays we'll be doing the virtual reality game. So that is also going to be coming throughout the good portion of the year. And then also on Friday nights, I'm going to be doing a new segment called Fantasy Ground Fridays. And Fantasy Ground Fridays is where I'm going to be having the artists of Fantasy Grounds come in and talk to us, whether it be maybe Chris Pramus, maybe it would be Doug, the actual owner and CEO, also the community contributors, maybe Zeus or Trenlow would be more than happy to come on, and we'll talk with members of the community and what projects that they're working on and whatnot. And if we don't have anything like that, then it will just be like a prep night on Friday night where I'll be, using Fantasy Grounds and I'll be, answering your questions. We'll also be taking a look at, every month we'll be taking a look at the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Unearthed Arcana, and anything else that comes out. Probably the monthly subscription for 13th Age, we'll be taking a look at that too. So, alright, so that's what's going to be going on Fridays, and those things are just going to be rotating around once in a while. Now on Saturdays is still going to be the Rise of Tiamat. They just finish up the second council, and now they're going to be they're doing two things now. First off, they're heading to they are in the Misty Forest. They are probably going to be attacking a green dragon called Chuth. And then they're going to have an audience with all of the metallic ancient dragons. So they're almost halfway done with the Rise of Tiamat. And after the Rise of Tiamat, that is when we will probably go ahead and bring back the Titan's Grave game. And then after Titan's Grave, probably Out of the Abyss. So that's what's going to be going on Fridays for the year of 2016. Saturday for the year of 2016. Oh, I'm sorry, that would be, my apologies, that's going to be for Saturday. Now for Sunday, this Sunday starts Princes of the Apocalypse. We're bringing back a couple of people from that game, and we're also adding 4 more people. So there's going to be 6 people. That's going to be in the Princes of Apocalypse game, so if we have anybody missing, that won't be a problem. We'll still have plenty of other characters and players to play. And once we get done with the Princes of the Apocalypse, then, like I said, we'll get back into the Titan's Grave and the Out of the Abyss. So once we get these open-ended games done, meaning Princes of Apocalypse, Rise of Tiamat, Titan's Grave, and Out of the Abyss, then that's when we can start moving on into the 13th Ages and also the Numeneras, and that's what I really want to do for this year in 2016. So that's what the schedule is going to look like, pretty much from Monday to Sunday. So I have some stuff on the grab bag. We haven't done that in a couple weeks, so we'll go ahead and talk about a couple things on comments that I've been saving up for the past couple of weeks. And the first comment is from General Ketchup, and he was asking about if the Dungeons & Dragons, if the spell casting works like it does in classic D&D, where you would literally have to memorize all of your specific spells. So if you had, first level and second level spells, would you have to say, hey, I memorized 3 first level Cure Light Wounds, I memorized 2 second level Cure Light Wounds, so forth, and etc. and etc. And to answer that question there, General Ketchup, no, that's not how it works in 5th edition. You have it's very freeform in 5th edition, meaning you have your spell slots. And you can take your Cure Light Wounds, it's called Cure Wounds in 5e, and then you don't even have to, as long as you have Cure Wounds memorized as one of your daily spells, you can use any spell slot that you want, because you can actually upgrade that spell. Healing Word being another, as a healing spell example. And it is a lot better than the old way of memorizing 2 first level spells or 2 second level Cure Light Wounds. So the way that you cast spells in 5e are much better. You have much more freedom. You're not stuck with certain spells. It's great. Also have another and I hope that helps you out, by the way, General Ketchups, and a great name. Next is by Costanzafast. Costanzafast. There you go. See, it takes me a couple times, but I'll get those names. So Costanzafast 5, he was talking about creating a 5th edition feat for 2-weapon fighters. And he actually proposed it on the comment section. And so he's calling it 2-weapon fighting mastery, and it is going to increase your strength, or your dex by 1 up to a maximum of 20. And then when you take this feat, you will be able to make 1 attack with your offhand weapon as part of the attack action. And then it says, when you do so, you may not use your bonus action to attack with the offhand, but to rather use your bonus action for other purposes. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice feat, but it's going to give you, with the attack action, it's going to literally give you 3 attacks. It's going to give, well, depends on who the 2-weapon fighter is. Now, if you're going to be 2-weapon fighting with, say, maybe a rogue or a monk, a fighter or a monk or a ranger, then with your attack action, depending on what level you are, you'll get your first attack, your second attack, and then your free attack. So I could see where that may cause a little, cause a little bit of tension between players that does have extra attack and some players that don't have extra attack. But I mean, it could definitely help out the rogues too. So it would give them their cunning action for other purposes instead of disengage. So I mean, you could, yeah, as long as you just don't attack with the bonus, that sounds good. I mean, it's pretty strong, but it's up to the dungeon master if he or she wants to allow it. I personally, I don't have a problem with it. It's not too bad. So next is from Adam Jones, and he also has a question about 2-weapon fighting. And he says, how does 2-weapon fighting for a fighter work when they get the extra attack? Does that all add up? And when, for example, you get 2 attacks, then you really get 4? ? No, it doesn't work like that, Adam Jones. How 2-weapon fighting works is like this. As long as you have a finesse weapon and it's tagged light, you may attack with a second weapon in your offhand as long as you use your standard action to take the attack action. So if you take the attack action and say you're a fighter, you're level 5, you get the extra attack, you get your second attack with your primary. So there's your 2 attacks already done. Now you take your offhand, which you've already used your standard to attack, so now you may use your bonus action. As long as this weapon in your offhand is tagged light, then you may go ahead and attack with your offhand. And your offhand will have your ability modifier added in to hit, but you will not add in the ability modifier for damage, unless you take the 2-weapon fighting style for the fighter that allows you to add it back in. So that's something you would need to consider, especially if you're a 2-weapon fighter anyway. That would probably be something that you would take right off the bat. So I hope that helps you. Instead of 4, you're going to get 3 attacks. You'll get your main attack, you'll get your extra attack, offhand bonus, bam. It doesn't give you an extra offhand. So, all right, there you go. Last one is a very nice one, and I like to add in some other comments that make me feel good also. So this is from Hodge, and he just wanted to say thank you. And that Hodge, he played the original D&D way back in the day, and also 2nd edition when he was a kid. And then he came across the videos of my videos of playing and some of the tutorials, and that made him go out and pick up some of the D&D 5e stuff. So hey, that's good. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to spread the good word of tabletop gaming one person at a time. That kind of stuff makes me feel really good. So Hodge, thanks for the kind words, man. Totally appreciate it. All right, everybody. So that's going to be about it for me. I've rambled on enough. Almost to 15 minutes. Not quite, though. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Happy New Year. I hope everybody had a great, safe holidays. And leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll see you on Twitch. Everybody have a good one.